Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Emma. You look like you need that coffee.
I really do. The commute this morning was rough. The train was delayed by 20 minutes. Just a packed car, not the best way to start a Monday.
Oh, I hate when that happens. It just throws off your whole morning. My drive was actually okay, but the traffic on the main highway is definitely getting heavier. I think I left about 10 minutes earlier than usual, and I'm glad I did.
That's smart. So how was your weekend? Did you do anything relaxing?
It was really nice, actually. It was pretty quiet. On Saturday, I just caught up on some reading. I started that new book by, well, the one we were talking about last week. And on Sunday, I did some gardening. It was good to be outside and disconnect. How about you?
My weekend was the opposite of quiet. It was a bit chaotic, to be honest. My sister and her two kids were in town.
Oh, wow. I bet that was lively.
Laughs. Lively is a good word for it. It was nonstop. We went to the museum, the park, a very loud pizza place. It was fun, but I think I'm more tired now than I was on Friday. I feel like I need a vacation from my weekend.
I know that feeling all too well. Well, hopefully this week won't be as chaotic. Speaking of which, what's your main focus for today?
Well, after this coffee, my first priority is that Q4 report for the client presentation, the one on Wednesday.
Oh, right. The big one. How are those slides coming along?
They're about 80% done. I've got all the data, but I need to turn it into a clear story. I need to visualize the data, create some charts. My main task today is to get a first draft of the full presentation finished.
That makes sense. Do you need me to look over anything?
That would be great, actually. Maybe this afternoon? Once I have the draft, could you give it a quick review, just to make sure the narrative flows well?
Absolutely. Just send it over when you're ready. My morning is focused on Project Nova. We found a pretty serious bug in the payment module late on Friday.
Oh no, not the payment module. That's always complicated.
Tell me about it. The team worked a few hours over the weekend, but they haven't found the root cause yet. So, I have a technical deep dive meeting with the engineering team at 10 a.m.
That sounds intense. Well, good luck. Let me know if you need a fresh pair of eyes. Sometimes just explaining the problem to someone outside of the project can help.
I really appreciate that, B. I might just take you up on that offer if we get stuck. Okay, I think my coffee is ready. Shall we get started with our day?
Let's do it. Scene 2. Pre-meeting strategy. Eon 10 minutes. Context. It's 9:45 a.m. A and B meet quickly before a 10 a.m. team meeting. A. Hey B, before we go into the 10 a.m. Project Atlas status meeting, do you have a minute to align?
Absolutely. I was just about to find you. You're talking about the timeline, right?
Exactly. I was looking at the project tracker last night, and it looks like the development team is lagging behind on two key features. We're about a week behind schedule.
I noticed the same thing. And in the daily stand-up meetings, the team seems a little stuck. I don't think it's a productivity issue. I think it's a clarity issue.
I agree. I don't want to go into this meeting and just ask, why are you behind? That's not helpful. That will just put them on the defensive.
Right? We need to be supportive. My sense is that the requirements we got from the client 2 weeks ago were not 100% clear. They were ambiguous. I think the team is hesitant to build something when they aren't sure what the client actually wants.
That's my hypothesis too. They're afraid of building it wrong and having to do it all over again. So they are spinning their wheels, trying to perfect it before they have clear direction.
So, what's our plan for this meeting? How do we handle this?
My goal is to get to the root of the problem and create a clear action plan. So, first, I'll let Mark, the team lead, give his update as usual.
Okay? And then, when he mentions the timeline, what do we say?
Instead of focusing on the date, I'll focus on the blockers. I'll say something like, "Thanks, Mark. It sounds like the team is working hard, but it also sounds like there are some significant challenges. Can you walk us through the main obstacles you're facing right now?"
That's a good, open-ended question. It's not accusatory. It's inviting him to share.
Precisely. Once he lists the blockers, and I'm 99% sure he will mention the vague requirements, we can pivot to the solution.
And the solution is,
We need to get the client on the phone today. We can't let the team be blocked for another week. So I'll propose that we schedule an urgent clarification meeting with the client.
I like that. We can even offer to draft the specific questions for the client with Mark right there in the meeting. It shows we are in this together.
Exactly. So the agenda is listen to the status update, ask about the blockers, Validate their concerns, e.g., that makes sense. The requirements are unclear. Propose the solution, an immediate client clarification meeting.
This sounds much more productive. We're not managers checking on them. We're leaders removing obstacles.
That's the goal. Okay, we're on the same page. It's 9:50 a.m. Let's head to the conference room. Scene 3. Problem solving a technical issue. AO10, challenge 12 minutes. Context. It's 2:30 p.m. B is at his desk looking stressed. He walks over to A. B knocks lightly on A's cubicle wall. A, do you have a free second? I know you're busy, but I've hit a wall, and I think I'm just staring at the screen at this point.
Looks up from her keyboard. Sure, B. What's going on? Is it the Q4 report?
Yes, I've been working on the data for the presentation, and the numbers don't make sense.
Oh? How so?
I'm trying to compare our sales data from this quarter to the same quarter last year. Last year's data is from our old system. This year's data is from the new Salesforce system, and the numbers are off.
How off are we talking?
They're off by, 15%. The new system shows our sales are down 15%, but I know that's not right. Our team has been celebrating record-breaking months. It just can't be accurate. If I put this in the presentation, the client will either be confused or think we're failing.
Okay, you're right. That's a huge discrepancy. Let's trace this back. When you say you pulled the data, what exactly did you do?
I went into the new system. I ran a report for all closed-won deals between July 1st and September 30th.
Okay, and for last year's data?
I have the old spreadsheet we used. It shows closed-won deals from the same period last year.
Okay, my first thought is, are we comparing apples to apples? The new system might define closed-won differently.
I thought of that. I checked the data dictionary. Closed-won means the contract is signed and the deal is finished. It seems to be the same definition.
Okay. What about currency? Is it possible one report is in a different currency or one includes international sales and the other doesn't?
That's a good thought. Let me check. B clicks his mouse for a moment. No, I've got the filter set to USD only for both.
Okay. 15%. It's such a specific number. What about returns or cancellations?
What do you mean?
In the old system, when a sale was canceled, we used to delete the entry. It was bad practice, but we did it. In the new system, a closed-won deal might get returned or canceled a week later. Is it possible your report is including all closed-won deals and a separate report is tracking the returns?
Wait, you might be onto something. Let me look at the filters again. There's a field called transaction status. Right now, I'm not filtering by it at all.
What are the options in that field?
They are completed, pending, and returned.
I'll bet the returned transactions are still being counted in your closed-won total. In the old system, they would have vanished. In this new system, they exist as a negative value.
So I should add a filter. Let's try. I'll add a filter where transaction status equals completed.
Try that. Run the numbers again with just that filter.
Typing. Okay, running the report again. He pauses, watching the screen. That's it. That is it. The numbers are almost identical now. In fact, they're slightly up by 2%, which is what we expected.
Smiles. There you go. The new system is just more accurate. It's tracking the full life cycle of the sale.
A, you are a lifesaver. I was about to go crazy. I was just staring at the same wrong number.
No problem at all. We just needed a fresh pair of eyes. That's a good find, B. Now the presentation will be accurate. Scene 4, giving and receiving constructive feedback. 8 out 10 minutes. Context. It's 3:30 p.m., a quieter part of the day. A asks B to step into a small meeting room. A, hey B, do you have about 10 minutes? I wanted to chat with you about something.
Looks up. Oh, sure. Everything okay?
Everything is fine. I just wanted to find a quiet place to talk. Let's grab that small huddle room. Sound of a door closing softly.
So, what's up?
First, I want to say you did a fantastic job on the Project Nova bug investigation this morning. The way you broke down the problem for the engineers was incredibly clear. You've been a huge help on that project.
Oh, thanks, A. I was happy to help.
I wanted to offer some feedback on a different topic. It's about the client email you sent to Delta Corp yesterday. I was CC'd on it. Do you remember the one?
Thanks. The one about their request for the new feature? Yes, I remember.
I wanted to talk about the tone. I know that what you wrote was 100% technically correct. Their request was, as you said, not feasible with our current system.
Right, it's impossible, so I told them that.
I know, and you were just trying to be direct and efficient. The words you used, I have the email here, were, "We cannot do that. You must choose from the other options we provided."
A bit defensively. Yes, because we can't.
I understand, and you are correct, but I want you to think about how that feels from the client's perspective. It can come across as very blunt and maybe a little inflexible. It sounds like a no, not a let's find a solution.
Oh, I see. I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just trying to be clear and save time.
And that's a great quality. But in client communication, how we say no is almost more important than the no itself. We want to be partners, not just vendors.
So, what should I have written instead?
It's a small change, but it's powerful. You could try a positive-negative positive approach. Something like, "That's a really interesting idea for a feature. We've looked into the technical requirements, and unfortunately, that specific configuration isn't feasible with the current system architecture."
So I'm still saying no.
Exactly. You're saying no, but you're explaining why in a respectful way. But you don't stop there. You immediately follow up with a solution. For example, "However, I think we can achieve a very similar result to what you're looking for. If we use option B and add a custom script, we can get you that same outcome. Can we schedule a quick 15-minute call to walk you through it?"
Nod slowly. That does sound a lot better. It sounds more helpful.
It's the difference between no and no, but it shows you've thought about their problem and you are actively trying to solve it, even if it's not in the exact way they first imagined.
That makes perfect sense. I was just focused on the technical answer. I wasn't thinking about the relationship. Thank you, A. This is really good feedback. I'll be more mindful of that.
Of course, you are one of our best communicators, which is why I know you'd want to hear it. It's just a small tweak, but it can make a big difference with a client like Delta Corp. Scene 5, end of day wrap-up. 5 to 7 minutes. Context, it's 5:15 p.m. B is packing up his bag and stops by A's desk. B, "Hey A, just about to head out."
Looks up, smiles. Hey, B, me too. Just finishing one last email.
It feels like a long day, but a productive one.
I agree. We got a lot done. That Project Nova bug, it's finally fixed. The team found it about an hour ago. It was a misplaced comma of all things.
Laughs. It's always something small, isn't it? Well, that's a huge win.
And on my end, the Q4 presentation is in a really good place. The data is solid, the charts look great. I'll do one final review tonight, and I'll send you the full draft first thing in the morning as promised.
Perfect. That's great. B. So just to recap tomorrow, I'll review your Q4 slides in the morning. We have the 10 a.m. Project Atlas meeting with Mark's team.
Right. We're going in with our new plan. Listen, identify blockers, and propose the client clarification call.
Exactly. I feel much better about that meeting now.
Me too. Oh, and A, thanks again for the feedback earlier. I actually sent a follow-up email to the Delta Corp client.
You did?
Yeah, I used your wording. I said, I wanted to apologize if my previous email was unclear, and I proposed the new solution. They replied in 10 minutes. They're thrilled. They said, this is exactly what we need, and they booked the call for tomorrow.
Smiling broadly. B, that is fantastic. That's great initiative. That's a perfect example of turning a situation around.
Well, I couldn't have done it without your feedback, so thank you.
It's all part of being a team. All right, let's get out of here. Have a great evening.
You too, Emma. See you tomorrow.